Hi guys, welcome back. It's Naomi, aka the Lazy Coach. We're going to be working on our hip mobility today. So before we begin, let's do some mobilizations and warm up. So just rotating the arms forward. So just working the arms because we're going to be bringing our arms into some of the kind of exercises. Even if we're using our arms isometrically, they get quite tight. So just some few rotations forwards and back, especially if you haven't done a warm-up before. So just limbering up those shoulder joints and then just bringing the arms forward, swinging, making them nice and heavy, ensuring that you cross at the elbows, taking the arms the opposite way, just opening up. So really nice warm-up just to get the body going, get the blood flowing. And so to work the legs, we're just doing our heel flicks, just trying to bring the heels towards our glutes, activate those quads, just raising the knees, just taking it nicely, easing ourselves into it, rotating because we're going to be using our thighs in that area, so we want to make sure it's nice and warm, and just bringing it inside, working our adductors. So make sure you're breathing. And so just again, we're going to open up the hip slightly, not too much, but just opening up the hip with our rotations and bringing it back the other way. So we're going to be doing a lot of rotations in our kicks and our exercises. So let's just make sure that all our joints, that hip joints, really loose. It's really important for us to have kind of loose hip, just to ensure that we've got a greater range of movement, just to prevent us from any injuries or tightness, stiffness in that area, and worst case scenario, hip replacements. So just taking the hips forward and back, rotating them, it just helps to increase that synovial fluid, nice mobilization. Okay, so on to our dynamic hits. So I'm going to give 3 variations. The first is we're going to just bring our knee forward and down. So just bring the knee towards the chest. You can hold the wall or you can hold the chair, and you might be happy with this level 1, just bringing the knee up. And then the next level is to kind of kick up, again just holding the hips. And then the third level is the arms are out, and this is really just going to increase the intensity slightly. And we do exactly the same thing on the other side, so bringing the knee up or the leg straight, you can choose, or you can just go through and warm up like me, just doing the knee, then straightening the legs, then bringing in the arms. So you work at your own level. Again, you can use the chair or you can use the wall. So it's not really about the hamstrings here, it's more about the hips. So now we're going to be going to our second version where we take the knee diagonally. So we're taking the opposite knee to shoulder. So we're just lifting up, so it's not like the one we did before, going straight in front. And again, we just kick up. Make sure that you breathe out with the kicks. And if you want to bring the arms into it or increase the intensities, just bring the arms palms facing out. Making sure you're breathing and you're stable. So it's not really how high you can kick or whether your leg is perfectly straight. Remember, we're working with the hip area. So just trying to strengthen and mobilize that hip area to ensure that we don't have, issues with our knees or our back, our lower back, our lumbar spine. So ensuring that we've got nice strong hips. So we're just loosening them up. It's a good way just to start any kind of hip exercises. And again, we're just rotating, opening up. So just bring the knee round, and this will really test how tight your hips are. And just like we did with the other ones, you can bring the leg nice and straight. So kind of bring the hamstring into it if you feel that you're ready to progress to that level. Again, the arms can go out. So these are used in like Shaolin kind of warm-ups. They use dynamic kits. And we do exactly the same thing on the other side, giving you an opportunity just to see how the left and the right side of your body's working, that yin-yang kind of balance. And sometimes you will feel maybe slightly weaker or more dominant in one side than the other, just through misuse. So just opening up, nice and easy. Again, bringing the breath, bringing the arms. It's nice to bring the arms in just to work isometrically, so there's no movement, but it's just working. So onto our side squats. So just working the inside of our legs, the adductors, moving from one to the other side. Again, if you want to use a chair to assist, you can use a wall just to stabilize yourself. But again, this is a good one just to work those hip. So it kind of encourages lateral movement. So you're working the outside of your thighs, your adductors, to help us do this horse stance. So this horse stance is a Shaolin kind of exercise where we rotate the hips. So we've got a nice wide stance and you're just rotating one way and then turning the other way. So it's a really good one again to strengthen. There's lots and lots of kind of benefits from this posture, not just around the hips but also around the thighs and glutes. So just bringing your feet together. We're going to just do a nice quick stretch. So again, this is something you can do, in the morning before you start, maybe exclusively or as part of another exercise. And you just bring the arms up, you're just turning again, spinal twist, leaning to one side, kind of stretching the sides, latissimus dorsi muscle. And then just bringing it out, taking the breath in and exhaling, trying to round the top of your back, keeping your glutes and core in tight. Stretching down, just stretching the back of your legs and then going into your squat. Scooping up, trying to use the breath to inhale and exhale. So as we lengthen, we're really trying to increase our breath, the flow. And again, just moving to the side, one way, whatever you feel you need in this posture. Taking the arms out, up, and again, one way and to the other way. Rotating, this time the feet stay still or static on the floor, and then you can go for a deeper twist by rotating the ankles. So it's just where you feel you may need to stretch out. Breathing in and breathing down, just trying to bring the breath flow. Squatting down again, this time keeping the knees slightly bent so that we try and bring the stomach on the lap more. Coming up, inhaling, exhaling, and then leaning back into a kind of backward bend. So okay, let's just take it to a nice balance now for our final posture. So we're lifting one knee up, bringing it towards the chest. You can flex and point your toes just to bring a little bit more shin kind of stretch. And then the spinal twist would be that you bring your arm around, palms facing out. And if you want to challenge your balance, you look towards your fingers. Again, you can do these on the wall of a chair, or you might stay in level 1, which might just be trying to raise your knee up. So wherever you are, just increase the intensity of the challenge, but just remember to stay safe. So if you need the wall or a prop of like a chair, then use it. So again, just checking out how both sides feel. You can bring the arm if you feel that's within you and your practice. Turning your gaze to really challenge that balance, really helping us to kind of stay aligned with gravity. So yeah, it's just a nice quick mobilization. Until next time, more wellness, family.